Well, what is going on, guys, and welcome into the video. It seems like Tesla is in the news everywhere these days. I mean, we have earnings, we got Elon and Twitter, we have ARK's massive new price target, and who knows what is coming next. But I wanted to cover each one of these individually and give you the bottom line on how each one will impact Tesla stock, as there seems to be more disinformation than there is real information out there today. So buckle up. Some of my takes you're going to love, some you're going to hate, but you don't come here to be told Tesla will be $4,000 tomorrow and it's just so disrespected. You come here to know the truth, so that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the good, the bad, the ugly, and we got all three today. So hit that like button if you prefer the truth, and I guess if you like smoke blowing up your tailpipe, still hit that like button too. But you're not going to get that today, full disclosure there, so you're getting the truth, so I just wanted you to know that up front before you hit that like button. So here are some of the biggest mistakes investors are making right now today, especially with Tesla stock. Number one, you are making investing decisions because of emotions. If you have that sinking feeling when you see red day after red day and Tesla goes from $1,200 down to $700, or you feel FOMO when it runs up from that $700 back over $1,000 in like a week, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Number two, you still have not done a full valuation on Tesla stock, which leads me to mistake number three. You are basically jumping from video to video on YouTube, hoping someone will give you the right answer to if you should buy, wait, or even sell, and at what price targets. This is a recipe for destruction in your Tesla stock. But there is a solution to avoid that destruction, and it's for everyone. I mean, new investors, old investors, people with $1,000 accounts, and seven-figure accounts as well, as all those groups are represented in the over 1,000 members who are part of the Market Insiders private group, which is the ultimate wealth building community full of people like you changing their financial futures. We have over 100 different tutorials and lessons for you to take to avoid these mistakes, learn how to plan, and do evaluation. And it's also where we have lessons on mastering your money, building up passive income, and retiring early and becoming financially independent. And we even have a real estate course in development. And you're not only helping yourself and your family build a better future, you are also helping others in need, as half of everything right off the top goes to charity. So don't make those mistakes. Make yourself a better investor today using the link in the pinned comment for all the details and lock in your discount now. All right, so I covered the earnings in depth up here in this video, so click that video for all the details, as I'm not going to go through it all again just to stuff this video full of ads. But the bottom line is this. Tesla had a blowout, 10 of 10 earnings this time around, and Elon was on good behavior to boot on the earnings call. But Wall Street is going to find a way to screw you, and I outlined those in that video for you too. But despite Wall Street targeting Tesla, Tesla will be just fine long term, and here is just one of the many examples of why I feel so strongly about that. Imagine how the numbers will look when we don't have lockdowns and supply chain issues ease up just a little bit. And we don't need a lot, just a little bit of supply chain ease up. The impact on Tesla stock over the long term is great, as it shows Tesla is right on track and is able to navigate any challenge that is thrown at them. And with supply chain issues ease up, I mean, look out guys, it's going to be epic. All right, so let's move over to all the Twitter drama. I'm so glad that this finally looks like it's going to have some finality to it, and we are moving on from the offer stage and getting it to the finish line. We know Elon likes to mess with people and kind of make a show of things. That's nothing new on that front there. I'm not blasting him or anything else, guys. Calm down. He likes to poke regulators, so why not board members of companies too? The problem with all this is it's viewed as a sideshow or a distraction for a man who has more on his plate than most humans can handle in a lifetime. And Twitter, unlike other companies he has started, comes with a very unique set of circumstances and drama that will publicly unfold over the next 6 months to a year or so. So the impact in the short term is skepticism and a continued distrust or dislike of Elon as the CEO of Tesla that big money has basically complained about for years with Elon. And we saw that with the stock movement on Monday, with Tesla being down on the news Elon had to deal with Twitter while Twitter shut up in response. Those institutional investors have been forced to see the light and come over with the results of what Tesla is doing from a financial standpoint. But they will continue to find any reason not to come over as aggressively as they should, and this is just one more reason why they won't come over fully. Long term, the impact to me is zero in my opinion, as the same arguments about this being a distraction or Elon being spread too thin and having too much on his plate was made about Elon when he started SpaceX and Boring and basically every other venture he has been involved with since he's been the CEO of Tesla. Doesn't seem to have impacted Tesla one bit, so there is no reason to think this is finally the time it's too much for him. Clearly, he is better at managing his time than almost anyone on the entire planet. With that track record, who am I to doubt his process? So, some short-term pain probably. long term, we're going to be just fine as Tesla shareholders. And finally, let's discuss Tesla's new price target from ARK Invest, as this to me is where the biggest problem lies, and this won't be a popular take at all. I'm sorry, but I got to give you the truth. The biggest problem I see is they made all these big price projections based on self-driving and the extensions of all that, like robotaxi. Now slow down, I hear your screams already, but hear me out before blasting me. Full self-driving has been coming every year for many years now. I absolutely think they will solve it, but that doesn't negate his promise every year for years now that it's coming next year. Even Elon has admitted it's far more difficult than he ever expected. So to me, in my opinion, full self-driving being solved and a reality in ARK's timeline is a wild card at best, and that doesn't even include what I see as a bigger hurdle for self-driving that will hang it up even longer. Solving it has been incredibly hard, I agree, but I think the next piece will be even harder than that. And that would be regulation. If you don't think this will turn political real fast, you clearly don't understand politics in the US. There are already political commercials out there telling people to contact their legislators to say no to Tesla's full self-driving. And they call out Tesla specifically and full self-driving specifically and show clips of it being unsafe, out of control, and all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, seriously, Google it. It's funny to watch from my perspective, but if you had no idea about Tesla or were skeptical about self-driving, these ads will make you think it's going to ruin our roads or hurt people, or worse than that, if it's allowed to happen, so it's going to scare them to death. It's total FUD, I get it and agree, but it's already being politicized and it's not even out yet. It's just in beta mode for right now. Just wait until full self-driving is ready to go and this noise will get ramped up to 11 quickly and sides are going to be chosen quickly. Sure, states like California will be quick to adopt it, but there are many other states that will not be so quick to do that, if for no other reason than they don't want to be seen as following California's lead on something. That can be as simple as that. There are many very powerful and very rich donors on both sides of the aisle who stand to lose billions if all this is fast-tracked and it's all approved really, really fast. So I see this getting hung up in all kinds of squabbles about safety and a ton of other hot button topics that will ultimately slow this up by years, in my opinion, of course. Yes, we will get there. I agree with ARK completely there. I just don't think we will see it approved and scaled out in the timelines they gave, meaning the kind of revenue numbers and ARK's projections will have to wait and will happen later on in their timeline. The short-term impact on the stock is basically none right now, as Wall Street does not buy or sell based on ARK's price targets, and Tesla is big enough now it would take all of us retail swimming in the same direction to move it significantly to the upside. Unfortunately, I don't think we will all swim like that, so many in the retail community will be left frustrated and angry because the hype narrative that came true in 2020 isn't happening on ARK's timeline that they've laid out now. Now, what they fail to remember is Tesla was flat for 6 years prior to the epic run-up, and that's part of the reason for that epic run-up. So the long-term impact of that is it gives us more time to accumulate before it becomes a reality, and then we see those prices and more epic runs. So now is the time to buy at your price targets if you want to own or add Tesla stock. Don't know how to get a price target or analyze Tesla stock, and you want a step-by process to do that and much more? Don't forget to lock in your discounted membership price using the link in the description or the pinned comment to join the group. And if you want my thoughts on what is next for Tesla, click this video here to get all the juicy details on how Wall Street is trying to screw you. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.